Okay, I'm just sharing some information that I looked up on the internet. Okay, um, and it's about 4 different cartridges. There's the 223 Winchester, the 308 Winchester, the 6.5 Creedmoor, and the 450 Bushmaster. And here's some bullets in each one of those calibers. This is a 223 Winchester, a 308 Winchester, a 6.5 Creedmoor, and a 450 Bushmaster. The 450 Bushmaster is the only straight-walled cartridge. I won't explain that right now. The first two are full metal jackets, the 223 and the 308. And let's see what this one is. That's like a soft point, I think, on the Creedmoor. So, hold on a second, and I'll be right back. Okay, so yeah, that is a soft point Creedmoor. So, on this paper, I made a copy of it. I'll put that on my Facebook. But as you can see, the 223, I was interested, kind of like in zeros, like at 50 yards or 100 yards, maybe 150, and what the energy is, like at 300 yards. So, in looking at the 223, it says you lose 100 feet per second with each inch in barrel, that the barrel goes shorter. So there's 400 feet per second a rifle loses at 16 inches approximately, or it might be even more than that. So anyways, it was something like that. It does lose feet per second, all right? So if I zero it at 50 yards, at 100 yards, I'm only dropping 3/10 of an inch, and 150 yards only 8/10 of an inch. That's not too shabby. And at 300 yards, I'm dropping 14.5 inches. That's pretty cool, all right? And at the muzzle, I'd have about 985 foot-pounds of energy, and at 300 yards, I'd have 443 foot-pounds of energy. So roughly, a little less than half the energy at 300 yards. Okay, that's not too bad of a bullet drop either. That's pretty good. All right, now with a 308, with a 150 grain full metal jacket, zeroing at 50 yards, it's only 1/10 of an inch drop at 100 yards. And then at 300 yards, not too bad. It's only 15.8 inches drop. Energy at the muzzle would be about 2286 foot-pounds. And at 300 yards, it's a little over half the energy at 1345 foot-pounds. So the 308 still has really good energy at 300 yards. Okay, the 6.5 Creedmoor, I didn't do as much on that one. But anyways, if it's zeroed at 100 yards, it drops 3.43 inches at 200. Not too shabby. But then if you switch over and do a 200 yard zero, it's 1.5 inches high at 100 and only 7.5 inches low at 300 yards. That's pretty good. I didn't check the energy, but I know that the 6.5 Creedmoor really holds its energy really well at long distance. Okay, moving on down to the 450 Bushmaster. I really like this one. Okay, now I got a couple different zeros on here. If I do a 150 yard zero, all right, the Bushmaster's only 1.8 inches high at 100 and only 4.9 inches low at 200. And that's pretty darn good. And but if I switch it to a 50 yard zero, it's down. It's it's up 1 inch at 100, down 1 inch at 150, and down 25 inches at 300. So it's not a long distance gun. It's basically about a 200 yard gun. So that's pretty good. So again, here's what the cartridges look like. They come in different grains. The 223 and the 308 come in different grains. Quite a variety. The Creedmoor, that has some, and the 450 Bushmaster, not very many. It's kind of limited on that one. But the Hornady, I have two different types of Hornady bullets for the Bushmaster, and they both work about the same. And they look about the same too. And I've killed pigs with the 223 and the 450 Bushmaster, and they both do a really good job. So I imagine these other bullets would do good too. I really haven't used a 308 for hunting since I was 17. And the only thing I've done with a Creedmoor is target shoot a little bit. But I thought I might share that. Might be beneficial, might not. All the rifles mentioned here you can get in budget price rifles. Yeah, close to $300, $400, right around there. My 450 Bushmaster, I paid $269 for it, single shot CVA. The 6.5 Creedmoor, I got a bargain. I got that for about between $225 and $240. It was a screw up on the store's part where I wound up getting a pretty good deal. And then the 308, I got that for $249, and the 223 is a CVA, and I got that for about I think about $230, and that's a CVA hunter. The Bushmaster is a CVA hunter. The 308 is a TC Compass, and the Creedmoor is a Savage Axis XP. So they're all good deals, I didn't pay over $300 for any of these here. Pretty good deal. All right. Thought you might like that. Take it easy.